Hey everyone, happy Sunday. It's Carissa Wiley here from sprinkledwithglitter.com, and I am so excited you are here for this very special video. It is the 9th of November, and do you know what that means? Yes, there is a brand new Concord 9th release out and available today, as well as a Kristina Werner release. And I want to walk you through these releases, show you all the new goodies that are available. Now, in that Concord 9th release that I'm going to show you, I think you'll notice a common thread. Pun intended, but I want to show you that here in just a moment. I will be live here on YouTube later today at 4 p.m. Pacific time. That is 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Mountain, and in Hawaii it's 1 p.m. And if you're in London, I'm sorry, I am not that good at calculating overseas times, but I hope you'll join me at 4 p.m. Pacific time today as we craft, chat, and I'll answer your questions live. I'll be using this brand new Concord 9th release, and we're going to have a great time. Before I get into all the products, I did want to let you know I have links to all of these products in the YouTube description below. So if you're looking for something in particular or you want to see more inspiration from this release, be sure to head on over to the Concord 9th website and you'll be able to see sample cards and stuff like that over there. I will say they have been sharing some sneak peeks on Instagram and they are absolutely fabulous. I cannot wait to create with this release. So without further ado, let's have a look at this brand new release. First up is the City Block Bundle. This includes a stamp set, a coordinating stencil set, and a die set that you can use together or separately to create various types of looks. This does kind of center on the stencil set, and I'll show you the back of the packaging of this stencil set. It doesn't look like much on its own, but have a look when you add some details with the dies and the stamps. This creates a really fun, like high-rise city block scene that can be used for so many occasions. So you'll start out by inking your stencils using whatever colors you want. Then you can add details with the dies or the stamps. Now there are a few sentiments included in the stamp set. There is the no one stacks up to you and it's a good day for a good day. Those are the larger sentiments, but there's several smaller sentiments in this stamp set as well, which are designed to coordinate with these smaller banners that are in the die set. So those say, you did it, you're great, big hugs, thank you, love you, hello friend, hooray, and happy birthday. So you can see that this is great for a variety of occasions. I also think it would be really good for like a welcome to the neighborhood card. I think this would also be great for masculine cards, and I can't wait to create with it because it's so much fun to me to be able to create all of these colorful buildings in colors that I choose. And of course, we all know Concord 9th has some fabulous color combination inspiration on their site, so it'll be fun creating with this new City Block Bundle. Next up is the Let It Shine bundle, and I absolutely love this. And this may be where you start seeing that common thread throughout this release because there are several piercing dies available in this release. Now you can use these with or without stitching, but Concord 9th is also selling some beautiful metallic threads that coordinate with all of these piercing dies. And this is the first look at one of these kind of piercing die kind of concept here. So it starts out with the stamp set and you have several like candle designs along with happy birthday, happy holidays, celebrate, merry and bright, happy Hanukkah sentiments that are available in here. But when you combine it with the die set, you can then cut out all of these candles. You can see that. And then these dies here create piercing marks in your cardstock that can go around the flame. And what you can do with that is you can stitch those with some metallic thread. This is very easy stitching. It is not complicated stitching at all, but you can stitch those with some metallic thread and add some metallic thread accents. I think there's going to be a lot of fun inspiration over on the Concord 9th Instagram profile as well as over on their website with all of these various stitching and piercing dies. So you're gonna wanna keep your eye on that this month as well as here, because I'm going to be creating with this release as well. And I think this is just such a fun and celebratory set. Next up is the Wild Meadow Turnabout Stamp and Coordinating Dies. We all know and love Concord 9th Turnabout stamps. You can stamp these stamps 1, 2, 3, or 4 times to create various looks, and you can choose the colors that you want. This is really unique for a turnabout stamp because it actually creates a design that's more of a border rather than an all over pattern. And I really love what they've done with this. It's really beautiful and elegant. But when you combine it with the coordinating Wild Meadow dies, you can see that again, we have piercing dies in this die set that make it possible to add metallic stitching elements to this pattern and really kind of give it some shine and dress it up. I also love this. Is it hexagon, octagon? I don't know. I didn't do well in geometry, if we're being honest. But I love this shape here that you can die cut several times and use all over the card front on its own, or you can use it to highlight a sentiment as well. I've seen some beautiful inspiration with this, and I cannot wait to play with it. Next up is the Sending Joy stamp set and coordinating dies, another really beautiful and unique stamp set from Concord 9th. You have all of these different images. I am so into stamping lately, and so I love that there are so many different stamps and that you can do multi-layer stamping or multi-step stamping with this set. You have the rainbow, which allows you to kind of stamp it in a couple of different colors. And then you have this really unique floral design where you can add your florals and your leaves in a different color. Super fun. But when you add the die set, that's where the magic happens, because all of these patterns and stamps have something that kind of coordinate with them. And of course, we have a postage theme, which I am absolutely in love with. Again, you're going to find that common thread in this die set where you have some piercing dies where you can use this stamp set with or without these. And when you use the piercing dies, you can then add the metallic accents, whether it's around a little stamped image or in the rainbow, in the sunshine. It's just a lot of fun. And honestly, this is easy stitching. It is not overwhelming at all. And I think you're going to love doing this and the metallic accents that it brings. And so that is a look at the Sending Joy stamps and coordinating dies. Now, I decided to showcase all of these next dies together because you're going to notice that common thread again running through the die collection for this month. And I love that there are 3 new cover plate piercing dies as well as the rectangle frame piercing dies. All of these are piercing dies, but they each have their own unique pattern. So you can see the halo piercing die, which creates these pierced pieces in your cardstock where then you can add some stitching in there. I love that these dies will also kind of impress the line where you are supposed to stitch so that it really helps you connect those dots together and create that beautiful pattern. So this is the halo piercing die. There's also this really fun triangle piercing die. This is a fun geometric shape and pattern that you can use. And keep in mind when you add that stitching, whether it's with a plain thread or a metallic thread, you get even more texture and depth on these. Next up is the Radiant piercing die. I think this is probably going to be one of my favorites. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And again, you're going to get those impressed lines that will help guide you in your stitching. Because these are really large areas that you're running the thread across, these won't take long to stitch at all. And I think they're just going to be a beautiful way to add some fun stitching accents on your card, but not something that's going to take up a lot of time. Finally, the rectangle frame piercing dies create some piercing pieces around the edge so that you can add little metallic stitches to your frames. These do not have an outer cutting edge. In fact, none of these do. So you can add them to any die cut piece or any card front that you want to, and you don't have to have an additional layer. So it's a great way to kind of add something, a little something something without having to add an additional layer. Now, I will say that you can use these just to create texture on your card and skip the stitching altogether. So that makes these dies really versatile. And honestly, I'm going to create with one of these today on YouTube live at 4 p.m. and I am so excited to try this out. This is the Just Pick die set. Now, this is absolutely gorgeous. It is florals, and Concord 9th does florals so well, but it also includes like a geometric pot situation and some stitching that you can add really anywhere. But I think that when you die cut these and you add all of that stitching, it's so beautiful and fun. You can see there's some inspiration on the back, but you can also check the Concord 9th Instagram feed or their website for more inspiration. This is definitely one I think I want to incorporate today because I just love the florals so much. They're kind of like a layered floral, and you can see an example here where they've done it in an ombre pattern, but keep in mind this would also be beautiful with just one color and a little bit of ink blending on that colored cardstock. And I think that I'll incorporate these into my live stream today, and because I really want to play with these florals here. But you can see the stitching really is meant to add to the pot, but I feel like this piece could be added to any element that you may have that you want to add a little bit of fun stitching to. The last die set in the Concord 9th release is the Simply Put dies. These are some great sentiment dies with some great shapes. You have some banners, and I think that these are going to be a lot of fun to play with. Combine them with those piercing cover plate dies. You can see that they are really kind of designed to nestle into some of those shapes there and really create interesting cards. I love this. You can see you have a hello, a happy birthday, a love you, congrats, and forever grateful. So lots of different options you can use there. And I love that they've included some hearts, some stars, and some little sparkles as well. So there's a look at the brand new Concord 9th November 2025 release. Be sure that you leave me a comment below and let me know which one of these product bundles is your favorite. I'm not sure I can pick one, but join me live today at 4 to see what I create with this fabulous new release. So now that we've had a look at the Concord 9th core line with that common thread running through it, I wanted to give you a look at the brand new November 2025 Kristina Werner collection. This is also available starting today, November 9th, over at the Concord 9th website. This release is so much fun. Kristina does background stamps and sentiments like no other, and I think you're going to see a lot of things that you love in this release as well. First up is the Lucky Alpha dies and stamps. You can see that this is an alphabet stamp set. It's very fun and whimsical. So you could use this really to build your own custom sentiments or names on a card project with various colors of ink. Or you could heat emboss these on white on colored cardstock and then use the coordinating dies to die cut these out, and that would be a really fun look as well. You could also just use the dies on their own and create custom die cut sentiments. Lots of ways to use this, and I can't wait to see the inspiration and the card projects that come with this new Lucky Alpha die set. Now, this one might be my favorite of the new November 2025 release from Kristina Werner, and it is Everything Will Be Okay sentiments. Now, like I said, Kristina Werner does sentiments like no other, and these are absolutely beautiful. And the fact that there is a coordinating die set with dies for all of these sentiments or these larger scripty sentiments just makes my heart giddy. Of course, you can use these sentiments as like a sub-sentiment on a banner, or you could actually use these kind of sans serif font, smaller sentiments on the inside of your card. And then in true Kristina fashion, with no wasted space, she has included like this stitching line stamp set over here. So the sentiments say everything will be okay, this is tough, and then it's okay to feel this way. I'm here for you. You'll get through this. Hang in there, cheering you on, thinking of you, better days ahead. You are strong. And then of course you have the smaller, I promise, call or text anytime. Everything will be okay. Sending hugs. You can weather the storm. There's a lot of different sub-sentiments to go with this, and I love that there's that detail stamp included in this stamp set as well. This is the new Easy Repeat Stitched Vines stamp set from Kristina Werner's collection. This is a fabulous background stamp on its own, but it's designed to where you can connect the edges and continue the pattern over larger cardstock pieces. So this would be something that would be great for a 5x7 card or even a large scrapbook page as well. You can see, I love that Kristina's kind of done her own thing with the stitching theme to kind of nod back to the Concord 9th release, but I think this is really fun and just a really simple and whimsical and light pattern to kind of put in the background of a card. I think it coordinates really well with all of the other products in the release, and I think it's going to be fun to use this on card projects in the near future. Next up, I have a couple of standalone die sets. This is the Simple Nested Hearts die set, so a couple of heart dies there in true Kristina Werner kind of fluffy heart fashion. And then the Here For You dies. I love these. Kristina has done some other dies in the same style. They have the words, and I love that it's all connected, so you're not piecing together several little pieces to make each of these sentiments. And then the shadow layer as well, which makes them great for even shaker windows with that small margin. The sentiments included in this are sending hugs, here for you, and it will be okay. So again, that really encouraging theme, and these are going to be used throughout the year on various card projects for all of your friends who may be going through something a little bit difficult, or if you just want to send hugs. I absolutely love this style and I can't wait to use them. Last but not least in the Kristina Werner collection are two new stencil sets. Now, Kristina's been doing these 6x9 stencil sets, and I really love this idea because really you can do one 5.5 by 8.5 sheet of cardstock with these large 6x9 stencils, and you can get 2 card fronts out of that. Now, the first step is this Cara Medallion stencil pack, and you can see you can do this in a lot of different colors, or you can do it in a more solid version. This is, let's see, 6 stencil packs. So you can see you have the overall pattern that you can use if you want to do like some ombre blending, but then you have the individual elements if you want to create this pattern in a more colorful way. I love that both of these are an option. I think that makes it a lot more versatile, and you get a lot of bang for your buck with these stencil packs. Now, the next stencil pack is the Dots on Dots stencil pack. This is a 5 stencil pack, 6x9 stencils, and you can see there's a lot of different dot variations in this. Let's open it up and look at these stencils individually here. So you can see you have some like larger, I guess not larger, maybe medium, close together dots on this one. Various sizes. You could probably stack these up and create some fun patterns. This one has a little more white area than the other two, so a little more spaced out. And then you have some larger dots. This is various sizes. This kind of reminds me of like a bubble background. And then finally, just the simple large dot pattern that you can use. Again, you could create 2 card fronts at once when you use these large 6x9 stencils on a 5.5 by 8.5 sheet of cardstock. And I think that that's where these stencils really shine. So there's a look at the entire November 2025 release from Kristina Werner and Concord 9th. Absolutely love this. Can't wait to use it. I think my favorite has to be the Everything Will Be Okay sentiment set. I love that there's coordinating dies, but you need to let me know which of these is your favorite. Leave that in the comments below. I really hope you enjoyed this look at the brand new Concord 9th and Kristina Werner releases for November 2025. It's going to be so much fun creating projects with these throughout the month, so be sure you stay tuned here to see all of the cards that I create. I will be live today at 4 p.m. Pacific time with the new Concord 9th release to create along with you all, so I hope you'll join me then. If you enjoyed seeing this walkthrough, be sure to leave me a comment below. Also, don't forget to subscribe here and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any of my paper crafting, card making, and live stream video tutorials. I would love to have you as a part of this community. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for joining me here today. And until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day.